The Zodiac Killer remains one of the most infamous and enigmatic serial killers in American history. For years, he terrorized Northern California, taunting police and the public with cryptic letters, ciphers, and gruesome murders that remain unsolved to this day. His identity is still unknown, and despite decades of investigations, countless suspects, and advances in forensic technology, the case remains open. The question lingers: will we ever know who the Zodiac Killer really was? It all began in the late 1960s, a time of social upheaval and cultural change, when a shadowy figure emerged with a taste for violence and a flair for the dramatic. The first confirmed Zodiac attack happened on December 20, 1968, when high school sweethearts David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were shot to death in their car on a secluded road near Vallejo. The crime scene showed no signs of robbery or struggle, just two young lads abruptly ended. Police had no leads, and the case quickly went cold. But this was only the beginning. Just a few months later, on July 4, 1969, another couple, Darlene Ferrin and Mike Mageau, were attacked in a parked car in Vallejo. This time, the killer didn't leave without a trace. Mageau, though critically wounded, survived long enough to give a description of the shooter: a stocky white man with short, light brown hair. But before investigators could make progress, the killer made his next move. On September 27, 1969, he struck again at Lake Berryessa, targeting college students Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard. This time, he wore a bizarre costume of black executioner's hood with a white cross stitched onto it. He approached them calmly, tied them up, and then stabbed them repeatedly. Shepard died from her injuries, while Hartnell barely survived. The killer's confidence was growing, and so was his need for attention. A week later, on October 11, 1969, the Zodiac claimed his final confirmed victim, taxi driver Paul Stein, shot in the head in San Francisco's Presidio Heights neighborhood. This time, witnesses saw the killer, and a composite sketch was circulated. But despite the increased scrutiny, he slipped away once again. Then came the letters. The Zodiac didn't just kill, he wanted the world to know. He sent taunting messages to local newspapers, boasting about his crimes and threatening more violence. Some of these letters included ciphers, complex codes that he dared law enforcement to solve. A few were eventually cracked, revealing disturbing messages like, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." Others remain uncracked to this day, fueling endless speculation. The Zodiac's reign of terror seemed to fade after the early 1970s. The letters stopped, and no new confirmed killings were linked to him. But the mystery only deepened. Who was he? Why did he stop? Did he die, go to prison for another crime, or simply vanish into obscurity? Over the years, detectives pursued thousands of leads, but none led to a definitive answer. One of the most compelling suspects was Arthur Lee Allen, a former school teacher with a disturbing interest in codes, weapons, and the Zodiac case itself. He matched witness descriptions, owned boots similar to those worn by the Lake Berryessa attacker, and even had a watch engraved with the Zodiac's signature crosshair symbol. Yet, without DNA evidence or confession, the case against him fell apart. Allen died in 1992, leaving behind more questions than answers. In the early 2000s, investigators managed to extract a partial DNA profile from the stamps and envelopes of the Zodiac's letters, but the results were inconclusive, and no match was found in criminal databases. Even with today's advanced forensic techniques like genetic genealogy, which help solve the Golden State Killer case, the Zodiac's identity remains elusive. Some believe the evidence is too degraded, while others think he may have taken his secrets to the grave. The Zodiac's legacy endures not just because of the murders, but because of the unanswered questions. He claimed to have killed 37 people, yet only 5 were definitively linked to him. Did he stop, or were there more victims? What about his unsolved ciphers? Could they still hold the key to his identity? And perhaps most chilling of all, did he walk among us, unnoticed, for years after his crimes? Despite the passage of time, the hunt for the Zodiac Killer continues. Amateur sleuths, professional investigators, and true crime enthusiasts still analyze every clue, re-examining old evidence with new technology. Every so often, a new suspect emerges, reigniting hope that this could be the breakthrough. But, until definitive proof surfaces, the Zodiac remains a ghost, a shadowy figure who outsmarted justice and left behind a puzzle that may never be solved. Will we ever find him? The answer is uncertain. But as long as the mystery endures, so will the fascination. The Zodiac Killer didn't just commit crimes, he crafted a legend, one that continues to haunt us decades later. And until the final cipher is cracked, or the last piece of evidence falls into place, the question will linger in the minds of those who seek the truth. Who was the Zodiac, and will we ever really know?
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.